Here I am with Lawson. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
We're here at Hyde Park at BST, and you are very shortly going to be on the Barclaycard stage.
Yes.
So what's it like being back on the big stage? You're with Mr. Sheeran not so long ago, and we Take That 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, this is my fourth time at BST, which is amazing. I keep getting asked back. That's very kind of them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. I'm on just before Richard Marx, and I never thought I'd say that. You know?
Can you say you wasn't expecting that?
Very much, and I can also say that I'll be right here waiting for him. All those sort of things. He must get it a lot as well, so I figure I can say it. Yeah.
So going back to that song, 2011, that was kind of almost a breakthrough song for you. I mean, it's
very much, yeah.
Great attention. What's your perspective and reflections looking back on that then to where you are now?
I mean, I guess I had, in writing it, I would have had no idea that it would have done what it has done to me. But it's almost had two lives, I guess. The first life in 2011, when it was it did well in Ireland, and then nowhere else. And I kind of thought that it would. I was really surprised because once it had gone, I just thought, well, everyone's going to get it, and it didn't travel. And I never understood that, and I thought I'd kind of somehow just messed it up, that I'd got it wrong. So, I'm ever grateful to Ed Sheeran for coming along and saying, well, that song should have been a hit elsewhere, let's do that, let's make it a hit, which is essentially what he said. And set out to do that and made it happen, and to go and then win an Ivor Novello award where I beat him.
I love that story, 2016. So was it like cursing you? I wish I'd never found you.
It was sweet. I think it kind of, it did him a great service too, because obviously he'd signed me, so I think it probably helped us both. But I was very, very pleased.
So on his label, is it Gingerbread?
Yeah.
Label. You're on your third album, so
yeah,
Happy Accidents was the second one.
Yeah, we just released Years in Between in March, yeah, so third record in 4 years, which is pretty good going, I think. Seems like a nice rate, turnover rate, yeah.
And I think the current song, correct me if I'm wrong, is The Answer.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and then we're just about to release pretty soon, over the next couple of months, Where Have All the Good Vibrations Gone, which features Tune Breaks. Mm-hmm. So that should be pretty cool. We're about to do an acoustic video for them, with them I should say, this week.
So you've gone from The Answer to then asking a question.
Yeah, there you go. It should be the other way around, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've not thought this through.
I know it's not your fault. But
Oh, it is. It's all my fault.
And looking at your tour schedule, you've got this as a great platform though to remind people of your songs, the new album. And I saw you have some dates coming up in Scotland in October.
Yeah, we're going to do like a Highland and Islands tour, which I've wanted to do for a long time. And I've also wanted to be doing solo shows again, because I've been playing with the band the last 4 or 5 years. So we're going to go and do some solo shows. I'm playing solo today actually. This is my first solo show in about 4 years, so it's a bit like back in the deep end for sure. I don't know how many people are here, like 60,000, is it?
Yeah. So Ed's going to be yours. Go. Yeah, I can do it. Come on.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's slightly different because he has his own band. I don't do that stuff, or the looping things. Yeah, that's beyond my head. He's a bit of a genius when it comes to that stuff.
And you have an affinity with Scotland.
Do I?
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I'm asking whether you have.
I see.
Having chosen like the Highlands and Islands tour.
Yeah. Well, I wrote some of the record there last year. I went and did a little trip and just had a little house on a lock, which was really, I'd never done that sort of thing before.
Wow.
Where you can just go and literally sit and write. So that was great. So in a way it's kind of nice to go back and do it for that reason. But also I just think, I've seen that tour done by other artists a lot, and they seem to get a lot out of it, so I thought maybe that would be a good thing for me to do. Just see what it's like.
So having done the Highlands and Islands, is there a plan to come back and do, I guess, mainland, south of the border?
We might do, I've been thinking about doing a coastal tour, and just doing the whole coast. I thought that might be fun. But at the minute, no, is the answer. There's no plan. But I think we're getting to a point where, because, I mean, I'd be interested to hear what you guys think, but when albums are becoming rarer and rarer, the full-length record, and you're just releasing songs, over once every 3 months or so. Maybe we're getting to this point where we can just kind of tour, release, with fewer songs rather than making records, so there's not that big a gap. I don't really know, but I mean, as record collector go, how do you guys feel about it?
I think a great song is a great song, and if you're an artist that thrives on producing a collection of songs, put out that collection. But equally, if the way you compose is they come in smaller batches, put those out.
Yeah, I mean,
there should be no pressure.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe I should just release what I do. I don't know. I love the album. I'm an album person. You know, it gives me great pride to know I have these kind of records on vinyl. I have, that they exist in the world.
Do you have a favourite go-to album when you're back home looking for inspiration?
This week, I was listening to Patty Griffin's 10,000 Kisses record. Do you know that album?
I don't, but I remember seeing her backing Robert Plant.
Yeah, so I think she's incredible. So I was playing that record quite a bit this week, actually.
Anything from, because originally, if I'm right, you're from Plymouth.
Yeah.
So any music from your hometown?
No, there's none. There isn't any. It doesn't exist. That's why I left. I'm doing Michael Ball a disservice. Apologies, Michael, because he's from Plymouth. But strangely, I don't own any Michael Ball records. I don't know if he'd be offended by that. Well,
right.
I'm not going to get on his show again if I say that.
Definitely a black mark. So when you do this coastal tour, you'll be skipping Plymouth.
Oh no, I'd love to go back. The thing is, like, Plymouth's only got one venue and it holds 3,000 people. So where are the people that play underneath that supposed to play?
Yeah.
And that's essentially an issue with a lot of those towns. They don't have the venues that are set up for up-and-coming artists or even artists that aren't on a 3,000 level, I got to play it, so I'm really chuffed. I got to play Plymouth Pavilions on the tour a couple back, and I have a poster of it, and it is proudly in my room, because that was my first ever gig was Pavilions, and I got to see Don McLean. That was my first gig ever at Pavilions, so the idea that I played it was amazing.
What a great memory. So to remind everyone, Years in Between is the current album.
Yeah.
And is there one song for people that maybe haven't come across your music you
to go and listen on it?
Yeah.
Well, the title track's pretty good, but it's the only sad song on the record, so it depends. If you want a sad song, go to that.
Absolutely.
And all the rest are pretty upbeat. Let me sing Second Hand Hallelujah. That's pretty cool. Chasing. Any of them are fine, honest. They're all good.
Brilliant. So no songs about pirates or...
No. I don't think I've ever written a song about pirates. No Francis Drake references.
We'll leave it to Seth Lakeman, right?
Yeah, leave it. He's good at that stuff. He knows that stuff.
Jamie, it's an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thanks.
Look forward to seeing the set.
Thank
And
you.